Hi, thank you for joining us here at the Rec Innovation Lab today for this awesome workshop with Alex Triener from Productified. Alex has been a rec mentor since the beginning for about 2 years, and we really appreciate everything that he's done for our students. He is just a wealth of knowledge and information for us, and we are so glad to have you here, Alex. So I'm going to pass it over to you and let you introduce yourself, but thank you guys for joining us, and thank you, Alex.
Thank you, Angela. You're too kind. Good afternoon, everybody. So I'm a 3 times entrepreneur. Once successful, twice failed. So I hope it's an inspiration for you. I'm really happy to be here. So I'm gonna do this quickly, and I want to leave them more time for Q&A. So I've emailed Angela the PDF of this playbook. There's lots of text there. I'm gonna skip all of it, but you could find the information later. So we're saying that we're living in the age of gig economy, meaning that there's like lots of freelancers out there, right? So there are over 80 freelancing platforms in the world today, with 3 largest listed here: Fiverr, Upwork, and Freelancer.com being public companies. There's some information about them. So I'm going to talk about Fiverr specifically today because Fiverr has this unique thing where they offer you projects on a fixed price. And I want to talk about this a little bit, right? So when you hire a freelancer, it's just a kind of a contractor. Let's say you hire somebody to paint your room, right? So let's compare two scenarios here. One is, a guy comes in and says, okay, I am charging $35 an hour to paint your room. And you ask him like, and how much is going to cost me to get the room painted? And he said, I don't know, I will paint it. At the end, I will tell you how much time I worked, and then I'll invoice you. So that doesn't give you a whole lot of confidence, right? And then another guy comes in and says, okay, this room looks like $2,000 flat, no matter what, I'm not going to charge you more than that. So you're thinking, oh, that's interesting. I like it, right? Because upfront how much you're going to pay. It gives you some kind of comfort. If the guy is asking for too much money, if you thought it should be painted for, let's say, $1,500, you can, of course, negotiate with them. But anyways, there will be no what people call overages when you assign some budget and yet it costs more. So that's the main advantage of Fiverr. So in general, guys, you need to know about freelancers is, freelancers are hit and miss. Even with all the tips that are in this playbook, you can get somebody who is not that good. You need to be careful with reviews, and you basically need to interview a freelancer and ask for references. So I'm going to skip this, and this, and just go over basically summary of benefits of Fiverr. Well, first off, the name Fiverr comes from $5. So you can basically find lots of gigs that starts at $5. For example, somebody can call your mom and sing her a happy birthday song for $5. And as I said, it's a flat-based project pricing. The payments are protected, meaning that the payment will not be released to the freelancer until you approve the work. And if there's a dispute with the freelancer, there's a dispute resolution center by Fiverr, and they are very generous to your customer. There's a transparency, so you can see customer ratings for every freelancer and read reviews. Fiverr themselves, they rank every freelancer based on their performance. They have like 3 different ranks or 4 different ranks for each freelancer. And you can see if a freelancer is available or not. So Fiverr shows you the number of orders in the freelancer's queue. It displays right there on the page. Easy to use. It's like everybody's easy to use today. It's not a big deal. 24/7 customer support is nice. Their customer support is based in Orlando, Florida, so it's close here. It's important that they give you invoices for tax deductions. It's a really easy payment platform. It takes care of currency exchange, whether you're hiring somebody in any country in the world. And finally, as you guys probably aware, there's a big deal by the IRS that says that if you're retaining somebody's services for a continuous period of time, you must turn them from a freelancer, from a contractor, which is 1099, to a full-time employee, which is W-2, and it's a huge difference. And so Fiverr actually protects you from this relationship from legality. You're only dealing with Fiverr. So Fiverr is a vendor to you, not a freelancer, essentially. So Fiverr, types of account, there are two types, regular and business, and we recommend business. So business is free for first year, and then it starts at $150 a year from a second year. And then, of course, you can cancel at any time. So why Fiverr business? The benefits are you get support. I mean, you can read through this, right? But it's actually like we really recommend you get a Fiverr business account. It allows you the teamwork and a much better support and actually a better pool of freelancers. So I'm going to skip that. Some people were worried about this. How to sign up? There's a link, so you can go through this link and sign up for Fiverr business. By the way, I want to acknowledge here, for the sake of full transparency, all these links are through our affiliate account. So meaning that if you sign up, we will be credited. I think we'll make like 10% of everything that you spend on Fiverr, but you will never be charged more as a result of this, right? So we are their affiliate. And of course, feel free, if you don't like us to make some money, you feel free to bypass it and just go to general, All right. So this is a link to Fiverr regular account. If you prefer regular over Fiverr, despite everything that I just said, it's okay. And I think I'm going to just pause here because there's a whole bunch of stuff here that you guys can review on your own. I just wanted to point out that there are some best practices, right? Message multiple freelancers, even if you fell in love from the first sight with one, still message multiple, interview them, talk to them before, especially if it's a larger job. Request references. They're usually pretty reluctant to give you references that, hey, just look at my reviews. So at least you can ask them, hey, reviews are reviews, but I still want to talk to people in the US who you did work for. And they say, yeah, but I protect my customers' privacy. And you tell them it's totally fine. So you write them a short message. You say, pass this message to your customers and see if they would agree to speak with me. And you say, hey, I am considering, I'm such and such. Here's my contact information. I'm considering hiring this freelancer for a specific job. And I would love to 10 minutes of your time to just ask you about your experience working with this freelancer. This is how reference works. And there are some other tips here, and so I recommend you guys to do this. Fiverr does protect copyright and IP rights and so on, and confidentiality. If you're worried about this, so you can see them here with this link. But if you're not satisfied, you still, of course, feel free to send an NDA to your freelancer. But I will tell you honestly, good luck enforcing this, because enforcing an NDA is hard enough in the same country, but if your freelancer is from a different country, different laws, I don't think that NDA would be even valid. And there are here are links to Fiverr, different policies on Fiverr. Yeah, you can go through this on your own, and that would be it. All right. Thank you so much for listening. I just like to open it for questions. So I'm going to stop sharing so I could see you guys.
Awesome. Thank you, Alex, for that overview of Fiverr and what to look out for and different strategies as far as finding help, as far as the gig economy goes. Do we have any questions in the chat, John, Crystal?
Oh, yeah, I was open. Angela, did you get my email with a PDF to distribute?
I did.
Oh,
so
yeah, you got it. Okay, great. Thank you.
And I put the link in the chat for everyone to refer back to, but anyone have any questions? If you want to turn on your camera, unmute yourself. We're open for questions. If not, I have a couple questions, of course, but I want to open it up for everyone else too.
I think you'll be the warm-up band. Just you go first.
Awesome. Well, right now I'm working with a nonprofit, and we're currently working on a website. And I know how to do WordPress and all these different platforms, but sometimes my time is super limited. And is that something that Fiverr can help with? And what type of platforms and web hosting are they knowledgeable on?
So Fiverr has I think upward of 3 million freelancers. So if you just go in there and type WordPress, you'll probably get at least 10,000 hits, maybe even more.
Wow.
Yeah, so they do have plenty. And so our website is also WordPress, and Sid and I, my co-founder Sid and I, we try to basically do our best. Of course, we're smart people educated with a, there are so many tips and tricks that if you're not an expert, it's much better hiring an expert.
Mhm.
So that's all. There's not only a money saving consideration here, but I would say that you always learn. You hire somebody, and they would do a pretty good job actually. So we did hire WordPress people, I think twice or maybe 3 times, and in each instance it was worth it.
Mhm.
We did have some bad experience once. As I said, right, it's hit and miss, but it was completely different story.
Awesome. It looks like we have a question from Rose.
Hi, Alex. Thank you for your excellent presentation. Questions about what are some of the differences between Fiverr and Upwork, and which would you prefer for a startup versus an established company? That's my first question. And my second question is, can you talk a little bit about onboarding somebody you meet on one of these platforms as an employee and some of the things to look out for? Thank you.
Oh, as an employee, so Rose, let me tell you this, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm not an HR person. So stay away from employees as much as you can. And if you need that, I could recommend you, again, I am not paid by them, but there are several companies that actually, act as a buffer. And my apologies for answering your second question first, but that's how usually people do it, right? So, and you can turn on your mic so we can have a conversation, by the way, right? Instead of, one-way street. So if you want to get an employee, I would recommend the Triener, Trinet, one word, or similar. I think there's also Insperity as well. And there's others, used to be like Zenefits and so forth. But Triener is basically it's a very. So let me explain this to you. You don't want to deal with employees with all HR issues. And the main reason for that is not because I'm a people hater. I love people, right? And I love dealing with employees at work. But I don't know. I'm not an expert in all the laws and regulations, and it's a huge liability.
Alex, I don't think I asked my question properly. Let me phrase it is forget the onboarding employee issues that go along with onboarding an employee.
All right.
I'm really hoping that you could talk about, like, if any of our folks here or startups want to transition somebody that they meet on Upwork or Fiverr to being an employee, are there any costs the platform charges or things to look out for in the event that they want to do that? I'm familiar with certain things, but you're the expert here. So maybe you could talk a little bit about that, but if not, no worries, we could focus on the other question.
Okay, so I see what you're saying. That's interesting. So I don't know a whole lot about it, but what I know is the following. So when you can take any work of the platform. It would be a violation of some service agreement that between you and Fiverr or Upwork. But I don't think that they will punish you, but they will punish the freelancer. But I've many times freelancers actually, without me asking, offered me, hey, we can give you a 20% discount if you go outside of Fiverr, for example. Now, why? Because Fiverr charges. So here's the thing. How much Fiverr charges? Fiverr charges the freelancer 20% from the gig cost, right? Price, and then they charge you 5%. On top of that, you could also pay tips to the freelancer. But apparently, so I would think, like, why would freelancer risk their well-being, right? And go outside the platform? It's a wash for them. Why? But it turns out that Fiverr apparently applies something else. I think maybe some currency exchange or whatever. So freelancers actually, they love being on Fiverr and they hate being on Fiverr, apparently, right? So that's what I know. So with Upwork, like, while Fiverr specializes on gigs only, right? Basically it's a fixed price gig. It's a project essentially, right? Upwork and maybe others, they do a broader variety of services, one of which is called staff augmentation. So basically, if you want to put somebody on a project, and if you think that project will go on for a year and a half, you will hire them through Upwork for a year and a half. If you want to go outside of Upwork, I think I'm not advocating for violating any laws or any agreements, right? But I've seen people do. We all are entrepreneurs, right? So I'm just sharing, like, honestly. I think people do wink, wink, and then they take the conversation off the platform and discuss things. That's what I know, right? But it's not 100% kosher, and it's not. I mean, it's kind of a iffy business practice. But again, it's. So I hope I answered to the best of my ability, right? What was the first question? I actually can answer, but I forgot what was the first question. I apologize. Can you remind? Oh, differences between Fiverr and Upwork. Yeah. So, okay, so Upwork has been in business much longer, and it's perceived to be a higher quality but pricier. Okay, so Upwork basically, used to offer only hourly, and you can find really good quality people. There's way more contractors in the US you can find on Upwork than you can find on Fiverr, although you can find plenty of US people on Fiverr as well. But so that's kind of the idea here. If you want quality and you don't care about cost, you go on Upwork. Excuse me. If your constraint is budget, you go on Fiverr. That was used to be, right? But now, I mean, it's kind of blur, kind of all kind of blur, because first off, I've seen quite a few freelancers, being on both. Right, like think of Uber and the other one. Sorry, what's the name?
Lyft.
Lyft. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I just finished watching actually the TV show, barely, right, about Uber. Anyways, so yeah, Uber and Lyft. But so I think that Uber and Lyft are pretty much on par. They offer similar service and all that, and very, very close pricing. In the early days, it was very much different. So if you remember the early days when Uber was like black limo thing, and Lyft was the people thing, right? That's pretty much what Upwork and Fiverr, but they blending in, because Fiverr is trying to bring more quality freelancers, and especially for businesses. That's why I recommend Fiverr business account for a startup on one hand, and then on the other hand, you need to compete, right? And so what Upwork's been doing, they now allow people to offer a fixed price gigs as well. They're freelancers. So as I said, it's kind of blending. But I would say, maybe try both and see what comes out of this. Right? I hope I've answered your question. Yeah.
Definitely. Thank you.
Sure.
Awesome. I saw that we have a question in the chat. It looks like someone asked, yeah, what is your advice if I would like to hire someone on a topic I don't know much about, like programming?
Yes, well, it's a great question. Exactly. So look, we all do this, right? I mean, I don't know how much do you know about painting walls. You think it's easy, right? Until you start painting and you see that it all goes wrong. And so you bring a painter. That, of course, was a really simple example. But in reality, what you do is you need an advisor. You need somebody who will help you interview these people, right? And there are plenty of things you can do. First of all, you can find a friend and ask them to do this for you, right? My tip here is this: then in order to find a programmer, right, or software developer, what we call these days, in order to find a developer, you would go through a bunch of people. So it will be a funnel. So I would recommend, and your friend, even the closest friend, will just divorce you and say, "Thank you, I've had enough." So what you want to do is you want to talk to them first and see if you have chemistry on a communication personal level with them, and just ask them kind of general type of questions. And if they pass your sniff test, then you bring your friend, and hopefully your friend will want to interview more than 3 people. So that's one tip, right? Bring somebody else. The second tip is, there's plenty of different tests, online tests, and platforms where you can pay a little bit, right? And you can send your person to go there and basically take the test. Of course, you would need to configure this test for them. I think this platform will help you do this, right? So once you've done that, you could see the rating of that candidate, and you could compare this candidate. So that's like 2 things that I know.
Awesome. Alex, would you be able to show us your screen maybe, and show us, like, for example, what Fiverr looks like and how to search for maybe like a graphic designer for designing a logo?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe
Right.
just something practical, like a practical example for anyone here who might, be curious.
All right, I'm gonna go on Fiverr and share my screen in a minute. You're putting me on the spot here, but yes.
I know,
need to take
sorry, threw you a curveball.
No, it's okay. It's okay. All right.
Thanks.
All right. So I'm sharing my screen. All right. So right now I'm on Fiverr. It brings me to Fiverr business, as you can see, right? Because it kind of tracks me. So maybe instead of doing this, I will go on in protected mode, in private mode, and I will go on Fiverr so they won't know it's me. All right. So this is their landing page. And you see what they're doing is they're actually promoting Fiverr business. So you used to, it's not the landing page, the main page, sorry. The previous one is landing page. So so in the past, they would land you on a Fiverr regular, and now they land you on Fiverr business. That's how they compete with Upwork, by the way, right? Because Upwork has way more, medium-sized businesses and large-sized business customers than Fiverr had initially, but now Fiverr is moving up market. Anyways, so Angela, stay with me, please. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to explore something, right? So what do you say, WordPress?
Actually, let's do a logo, something simple for some people who might be looking to create a logo for their new company.
All right. So you see,
Duran has a question too, so I don't know if that's going to be something different. So maybe Duran will get to you in just a second. Thanks.
Okay. So you know, why don't we do WordPress? I think you probably need this more, and I know more about it than logo, right? So first off, guys, as you can see, I'm typing my keywords here, just one, right? And it has a like a little drop down when you can do like see, it's like Amazon, right? Most popular searches, right? So let's say we want to do a website design, right? Oh, I mean, you know what, Angela, you tell me, what do you want?
Yeah, let's do website design, because
okay.
Yeah.
So we do search and we arrive here. Now here what we're seeing is no, I don't know. Okay, so I still want to stay as an outsider here, right? So what you're seeing here is there are 5 filters right here, right? There are also these 2 additional things: sellers from your country, right? Or you can go into seller details, right? And you say speaks English. Okay, I do speak some other languages, but I think that we'll stay with English for now. And I kind of love Canadians. I don't know, like, why. I love all the. Okay, so the important part is here as well, right? So remember, I told you that Fiverr actually ranks their sellers. I want to show you quickly how they rank them, so you'll know. Bear with me. That is in table right here. Okay. All right, so you can see it, okay, right? I'm not doing full mode, but so basically these are 4 types of sellers, and only top-rated sellers are actually vetted by Fiverr. I don't know what it means, how they vet them, but they do vet them for sure, right? And this is for each of these categories, how many orders they completed on time, with customer rating being 4.7 out of 5, by the way, not out of 100, obviously. Right, so a new seller is somebody, it's basically a high risk, right? They usually offer much better price, but this is somebody who completed less than 10 orders, and their customer rating is, you need to check it, right? The level 1, more than 10 orders, less than 50, and so on. You can see this, right? So with that, we can go back here and would say, you know what, I only want to work with top-rated sellers. Right, still, oh, by the way, you can see, Angela, I told you there's going to be thousands. I was right, there's like over 100,000.
Wow, that's a lot.
I'm just kidding, I was off, obviously, right? Over 100,000, I should have said, but it's still thousands. Anyways, all right, so now, so basically, we're putting this country, English, Canada, this and this, and so now when I say, when I say apply, if I'm applying my filters, I'm going to be down to only 8 people, with this engine being everywhere here. All right, so now you can see we only have 3 people here, right? So I put my restriction so hard that there's like one guy here, he's a top-rated seller. There's another person here, also happens to be a guy, and then there's another one right here. So we only have 3. Right? So additional filters, you can put your budget in here. Of course, if we relax this, so we need to relax it. We need to add, let's say, level 1, just just for the sake of this kind of being more. So now we got 54. Of course, too many, right? So let's say you're in a hurry, right? So you want to do like, no, that's a bad one. I don't think you should be in a hurry with such a big development. But here, let's say you want to be, let's say, mid-range for whatever reason, right? You do apply and you go from 48 to 32, right? And so on. Category will already, you can pick a subcategory here. You can see how many of those, but it doesn't, like we said, website creation, right? So now we're down to 16. And then service options, again, it's not that important, but point is, so now you're down to 16 options, and I think this is kind of humanly possible to go over each one and see. Do you want me to click on one of them and see what's inside?
Sure. I was also going to ask about, do some people have like a favorite web designer person that they can search by their name? Or do they have like their own, almost like a store? Like if you were to click on any of these Fiverr people, would you be able to see what other things that they solicit they offer to create?
Oh, yeah. So okay, I understand what you're saying. So yes, you can search by name, exactly. So, but this is actually not a name, this is a screen name, right? Or login name, whatever. So what we see here, that's a great question. So now I'm going to quickly show you the difference between a gig and a person, a page. Yeah. So this is the guy. So if I click on, so this is a specific gig, right? I will create a responsive WordPress sites for you. There are 3 levels here, by the way. Be aware of this, and this, and you can click on compare packages, and it will show you a comparison between them. I will show it in a second. But this is a specific gig from a specific person. If you want to see what this is about, this gig and blah blah blah, right? But if you want to see everything from the seller, right? So you can read about them here. Now you click on their name, and what you're going to see here, this is his gigs, right? And you can see that this specific seller offers 4 gigs, right? And it also shows you contact me, and if you guys miss it in the playbook, this is very important. Always contact somebody, even if you're doing something very trivial, right? I mean, even again, I'm going to take this goofy example. Even singing a happy birthday song to your mom, you still want to make sure that this person not gonna sing anything offensive that your mom will flip, right? So you want to talk to them, and talking to them best way is you contact them. So you basically it's a messaging, and all the messages will be on on this platform, all in one place, and it's super convenient for you to go and look at the thread. Right. So I hope I answered your question about the difference between a person with how many gigs and a gig. Now I want to go show you one more thing very quickly, right? This is super convenient. You do this compare packages, right? And you have this nice table here, which basically 3 prices, and it shows you what they offer, right? And they also have this opportunity to upsell. If you want to in one day, they can do it, for extra $80 and so on. All right, I'm going to stop here. Angela, any more questions on this?
No, that was great. Thank you so much. I know I'm a very visual learner, so that really helped having that. Great job.
You put me on the spot real time.
Yeah. Definitely. So let's see here. Is Duran still here? I saw a hand up earlier. He might have jumped off. So because I know we had another question, but let's see here. Anyone else have any questions or for Alex or about Fiverr? Or I also wondered, Alex, is it something like you created? So if I were someone who wanted to sell on Fiverr and show, like, let's say I knew how to create a WordPress website and I wanted to offer my services, you basically create a username, password, profile, and then you just go through the steps and create it. And then what's that side look like?
So frankly, I've never done this, and I don't intend to, and I can tell you it's a jungle. So meaning that you need to know a lot before you do that. Oh, okay. Because you can hurt your reputation by making some move, like on Amazon, for example. Like we just basically, we have a customer who became a friend, and he put his product on Amazon, and there are some tips he shared with us. We're not experts on Amazon. We know quite a lot of stuff, right? But like he said that if you're trying to solicit reviews, for instance, even legitimately, even you're trying to solicit reviews from your legitimate customers who actually bought it, if Amazon's AI, machine learning algorithms will recognize that you're trying to solicit reviews, you're getting too many reviews too quickly and stuff like that. So Yael asked me a question. Just one sec. Yael, I will reply to you, respond to you in a second. So basically, you can burn yourself, and Amazon will ban you for life, right? So I don't know if that may happen on Fiverr or not, or on Upwork, but I'd be super careful. There are so many blogs. So the amount of information for buyers, which is you when you're trying to find a freelancer, it dwarfs in relatively to the amount of information for freelancers. So I don't want to give you bad advice. They do have kind of a master agreement with freelancer. You can read it carefully, of course. There's lots of this. It's kind of written by lawyers, and you know what it means. It means that it's not easy to understand, and it's very easy to misread or misunderstand.
Gotcha.
So I am not giving you advice, but I can tell you that there's lots of strategies. Like often freelancers offer these gigs, and you say like, how in the world they are like offering this? I mean, they're losing money on this. Yeah, that's true. They're losing money, but they trying to hook you as a customer. So for their future work, somebody just offered to sing mean happy birthday. Yeah, put it at $10. I think it's a good differentiator.
Yeah,
anyways,
that's what I was thinking. Like if we had a startup that wanted to sell their service, their service on Fiverr, that's kind of where I was coming from. So I'm glad Julie put in the chat she goes, can I sing I sing a mean happy birthday? How do I get hired to do that as a gig worker? So yeah. I know we're all looking to find a way to make some extra cash. So awesome.
All right. So just to add to that, when you said startups, so there's plenty of agencies who are on Fiverr and also on Upwork, right? So agents, or let's say companies, agency is a specific type of company, but they're company service providers, right? Some of them have really large teams, like over 100 people. So this is their way to find clients, to find new clients. And they do this one gig for you, it's in retail, it's called a loss leader, that, right? They put like product in the newspaper, so just to get you in the store, right? And you say, how like they sell these eggs? Thank God I'm vegan, by the way. But anyways, so how do you buy so much steak for nothing? Like, well, they want to get you in the store, so you'll buy some more stuff to upsell you. I think it's the same thing here. And you need to learn how to do this well in order to compete in Fiverr. Also, lastly, there's a nuance, when you go first and you're green and you have no reputation. I am a former immigrant to the United States. I'm actually two times immigrant. But when I came in here, I had to face this, and I'm sure there are plenty of immigrants here too, right? We all had to face this, like, how do you get a credit card with no credit history? How do you do anything, right? So this is a similar, right? You don't have any history on Fiverr, so your chances of being hired by somebody are pretty low. So you need to do quality work for a very low price for your first at least 10 gigs, or awesome. It's not 50. Yeah. All right, so I'm going back to Yael, and she said, "What is Productified and what is Playbook?" All right, so Yael, so Angela, can you let's split it? I'm going to say what Productified is, and then you're going to say what Playbook is. Okay. So Productified is the name of my startup, and we created this playbook at Productified. That's my short answer. Angela, go ahead with Playbook.
Awesome. Well, we put in the chat a link for the playbook. It's a PDF that Alex was ever so kind to share with us. I'm going to put it in the chat for anyone who might have shown up after I posted that. And the playbook is essentially describing how you can interact and use Fiverr to find gig workers to help you with your startup projects. So maybe in an area that you're maybe not very familiar with, like creating a WordPress website, maybe you need a graphic designer for creating your logo. There's a million different opportunities. And as Alex was mentioning, you can narrow down your selection on Fiverr according to what your needs are, as far as price, strength, someone who has a really good reputation, and the playbook goes through and shows you how to use those functions.
So yeah, a playbook, the word playbook comes from sports, right? And essentially it's a step-by-step guide on how to win a game. So playbook, now we use in marketing as a shtick, right? It's a step-by-step guide of how to do something. So I hope we put together kind of a step-by-step guide. It's not always step-by-step, but it's a pretty good guide. So that's what playbook in this case is.
Cool. Awesome. Well, gosh, Alex, you've been incredibly thorough. Does anyone have any questions before? Alex, I'm going to ask if you have some final thoughts to wrap this up, or if anyone doesn't have any questions. Or
No, thank you for your question. I don't have any final anything, right? Again, be careful, guys. Remember, it's a hit and miss. You know, you need to be diligent. In order to succeed in anything, you got to be diligent, and it means interviewing multiple people, getting references, and playing by the playbook. With that, thank you so much for your attention, and see you.
definitely. Thank you, Alex,
Bye.
for all of your support and everything you do for the Rec Innovation Lab. And we just think the world of you. So thank you so much for everything and for giving us your time and for creating this for us. So we really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alex.
Thanks everyone for joining us, and
Thank you, Alex.
have a great day, guys.